Hey everybody! This Prima Games video will give you some tips for the map Octane in Call of Duty Ghosts. Although Octane does feature several common characteristics with other maps in Ghosts, it's also a completely different animal. Yes, it has a center, outer perimeter, and features several two-story buildings, but it plays differently than most of the other maps. Octane is divided into two sides with the center acting almost like a line of scrimmage. Each side of the map features several buildings with access typically coming from the front, near the center, and the alleyways in the back. The back alleyways are excellent ways to move from one point on the map to another, but when it's time to cross into the center, players will be at risk. The center itself does provide lots of opportunities for cover, but you're exposed and can be engaged from a 360-degree angle. If you must cross the center, do so on the perimeter, and be mindful of where the enemy is located to avoid death. There are plenty of buildings on Octane, and most provide an excellent overview of the center, allowing players to engage targets from the safety of cover. Something to keep in mind, though, is that almost all buildings have more than one access point, so staying in one location too long will invite the opposition to dig you out of your hole. Let's take a look at a couple of our favorite buildings. The second floor of the building with the bail bond sign on it is one of our favorites. It's on the side of the map where the ghosts originally spawn, next to the gas station. It features a back entryway via a ladder and a stairwell from the first floor. Try placing an IED down to cover one of the entrances, which will eliminate 50% of the threats that can approach you. The building also features a fantastic view of the center of the map, but hanging out in the window for too long will invite trouble. Snipers love to take aim at people in the bail bonds building. On the other side of the map, where the Federation originally spawns, is another favorite building of ours. The Motel, much like the bail bonds building, overlooks the center of the map. In fact, the Motel and the bail bonds building act as a counter to one another. It can be accessed from two separate stairwells in the back, but that doesn't stop it from feeling slightly more out of the way and secure than the bail bonds building. Of course, it's a favorite target for snipers, so be careful hanging out in the windows too long. The last building we're going to feature is the roof of the Pawnshop, which also connects to the roof of the restaurant. This location is the definition of balance, offering players an amazing view of the action, but putting themselves at risk from three separate access points. You can access the top of the Pawnshop from a truck next to the gas station, a ladder on the first floor, or even a ladder in the restaurant. Players would be wise not to spend too much time up here, and if at all possible, bring teammates to cover the access points. Of course, we've mentioned the center of Octane, and like almost all other maps in any first-person shooter, you'd be wise to avoid it. For every bit of cover, there is a second-floor window that you can be engaged from. Cross the center in numbers, keeping a close eye on the location of the opposition. Spend too much time here and your score may not be where you want it to be. There you have it, some basic yet effective tips to help you make your way through Octane. For more information on Call of Duty Ghosts, be sure to check out the brand new www.primagames.com. Once there, you can leave a comment, ask a question, or even submit your own user-created guide. We want to hear from you. What is your favorite strategy for Octane?